is Samuel Filer, and today I will be presenting my observational report assessment for EDST 1500. For my first site visit, I attended Kalara High School, where I observed a Year 10 English classroom. The classroom reflected a student-centered approach, with students seated in small groups that encouraged discussion and collaboration. The room was equipped with digital learning technologies, classroom displays, and visual learning resources that supported student engagement. The teacher positioned themselves at the front of the classroom and moved throughout the room to provide individual support and monitor student progress. Students were encouraged to contribute to discussions and work independently, creating an environment that balanced teacher guidance with student autonomy. For my second site visit, I visited St. Aloysius College, where I observed a Year 11 Ancient History class. The classroom was equipped with ergonomic furniture, bright lighting, and digital devices that supported student learning. Students were able to choose their own seating arrangements, promoting a sense of responsibility and independence. The teacher adopted an inquiry-based learning approach, encouraging students to conduct independent research and critically analyze historical sources. Throughout the lesson, the teacher circulated around the classroom, providing support through open-ended questioning and modeling appropriate use of artificial intelligence tools to support research and critical thinking skills. At Kalara High School, the classroom environment reflected a student-centered approach that supported different levels of student engagement and attention. The teacher provided clear instructions, opportunities for discussion, and positive reinforcement to encourage participation and independent learning. Students demonstrated high levels of engagement by listening attentively, responding to questions, contributing to class discussions, and completing tasks independently. The teacher moved around the classroom, offering guidance through regular check-ins, encouragement, and task scaffolding. These practices supported engagement by creating structured opportunities for participation while also building student confidence and sustaining focus during learning activities. Similarly, at St. Aloysius College, the Year 11 Ancient History classroom also demonstrated a student-centered and inquiry-based approach, though with a stronger emphasis on independent research and a higher order of critical thinking. Students were given greater autonomy in selecting seating arrangements and were encouraged to take responsibility for their learning through source analysis and self-directed inquiry. Engagement was supported through teacher facilitation rather than direct instruction, with the teacher circulating the room and using open-ended questioning to extend students' thinking. Integration of digital tools, including the guided use of AI for research support, further encouraged students to critically evaluate information and refine their historical understanding. Both learning environments reflected principles of constructivist learning theory, which emphasizes that learners actively construct knowledge through interaction, collaboration, and meaningful learning experiences. At Kalara High School, students were encouraged to engage in discussions, share ideas, and take responsibility for their own learning. Similarly, at St. Aloysius College, the inquiry-based approach allows students to investigate historical topics independently while receiving guidance from the teacher. These observations demonstrate how student-centered learning environments can promote both behavioral and cognitive engagement. These observations also align with Vygotsky's sociocultural theory, particularly the concept of the zone of proximal development. The students' increased engagement when provided with scaffolding and individual support highlights the importance of teacher guidance in helping students achieve learning goals that may be difficult to accomplish independently. The teacher's use of questioning, feedback, and structured support enabled the student to remain engaged and make progress with learning tasks. Another common feature across both schools was the use of modeling as a teaching strategy. At St. Aloysius College, the teacher modeled ethical and effective use of artificial intelligence tools to support student research and critical thinking. This reflects Bandura's social learning theory, which suggests that individual learning through observing and imitating the behavior of others. By demonstrating appropriate learning strategies, teachers can support students in developing both academic skills and responsible learning habits. These observations highlight the importance of responsive teaching practices in supporting student engagement across secondary education settings. While students maintained engagement through participation and independence at both schools, they also benefited from more targeted support and scaffolding. The findings suggest that effective learning environments recognize the diverse needs of learners and adapt teaching strategies accordingly. Overall, the site visits provided valuable insight into how constructivist and student-centered pedagogies operate within the secondary school setting. The observations demonstrate that engagement is influenced not only by student characteristics, but also by the quality of teacher support, classroom organization, and opportunities for active participation. These findings reinforce the importance of creating inclusive and responsive learning environments that support the success of all learners.